6 foot tall and weighing in at 205 pounds, making his way all the way up from Concord, North Carolina, from Hobbs Jackson Wink, it's Tristan Scarborough. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6'2" and weighing in at 202 pounds, fighting out of Top Flight MMA, it's Julio Brodie. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CAGEZILLA light heavyweight division. It is brought to you by our friends Southland Insulators, and your referee is Victor Matamala.
All right, Victor Matamala will be the referee for this event here, Charles. It's scheduled for three-minute rounds. This is the co-main event tonight. Julio Brodie looks a little taller than 6'2" to me, or Tristan is not really true 6 foot, but he just looks a little taller. Now, once you get them close to each other, maybe a little bit different, but I'm going to tell you, Julio looks taller.
Yeah, he does look like the bigger fighter. He's got 2 inches on the score on the tail of the tape, but I like the feints. Those small feints count for a lot.
Yeah.
But that's how you respond to them, right? When you get a feint, fire the jab, throw a leg kick, make them think about it.
Yeah, both fighters didn't come out, touch gloves right here on top. They just didn't want to go right to fight. They're coming out right on top of the CAGEZILLA logo. Julio concentrating very, very intensely on the hands of Tristan Scarborough.
He's got a great base. It looks like he's done some boxing. Beautiful counter there. And I like the way he's getting out of the way of Tristan's counter hooks.
Tristan Scarborough, he'll have those black clothes, red tape, he'll have the green trunks.
Tristan's got a real unique style, though. It looks like he's comfortable training with MMA. Like, I bet he spars a lot with MMA gloves, just based on the way he throws his hooks and he got his elbow position high. Julio, for sure, is a boxer first and foremost, which I like, but it's interesting when you start boxing with MMA gloves. Big right hand there, guys.
Oh, 2 right hands!
That first one was right on the chin, but Tristan looks okay, real relaxed.
A couple of big shots from Julio Brodie.
Tristan with a big shot on the way in. Really dove into it. Wow, I don't know how Julio, he was able to work all the way back to the cage. And now he's got his hips in. Instead of going for that guillotine, I think he should really go for those underhooks and push off here. Tristan doing a good job hanging that arm high. Julio's going to reverse him. Look at that. Dropped in off the guillotine. Now he's in side control.
That's a lot of weight coming down on him. Let's see if they can get back up.
Tristan did a good job, though, immediately regaining into full guard. And now getting his hips involved, too. Good mobility for a big man. Look at that. Fighting to try to isolate that arm, maybe thinking about a Kimura or something, maybe to work his way up. But now Julio's got that arm underneath, and it's trapped now. He's got the bottom arm of Tristan trapped, and it's up on side control, but Tristan was able to get it back. And now
that was an awkward spot there.
That was a tough spot, man. Yeah. That was a really tough. That's a lot of pressure on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And Tristan's getting ground and pounded here pretty good. He's got to think about trying to get his back to the cage so he can stand up. Good pressure.
Yelling heavy hands from the seconds from Julio Brodie's corner, fighting right in the corner up against the door of the cage.
Yeah, and that's a high-level corner right there giving you advice at a top-flight MMA.
Maybe some body shots right here. This wide open to the ribs for Julio. You see how wide open Tristan is.
Yeah.
Really good top pressure here from Tristan. Excuse me, from Julio. Now this is your chance to get up now. Even if you can't stand all the way up, Julio did such a good job there. He held that left leg of Tristan, which really prevented him from being able to post and stand himself up. And now Julio's in side control.
Past the 3 minutes.
Good ground and pound here. He's got him trapped in quarter guard. Tristan's going to go belly down, but with just a few seconds left, I mean, at this point, you could... Oh, man, saved by the bell. That was a really tough position. You could have made the argument to stop that fight because Tristan just was not able to defend himself.
Yeah. Oh, he's super wobbly.
Huh?
Yeah, he's super wobbly. A couple of those shots to the ear and to the side of the head really stung him. I tell you which one stung him is when he dove in, he got caught. When he dove in, Tristan Scarborough got caught.
Yeah.
I don't know what...
Yeah, you saw that, right? Julio was saying something to Victor Matamala.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. Couldn't really tell. Maybe something about the shots from Julio. Did you think they were a little close to the back of the head?
I don't think so, because Julio grabbed Victor, so I don't think that it was that. But either way, I'll tell you, man, Julio looks really, really comfortable on that in these stand-up exchanges.
All right, here we go. Get the seconds out. Start of round number 2. This fight sponsored by Southland Insulators.
Go ahead, boy.
Brand new sponsor here to the Salisbury Center in CAGEZILLA as we go right on top of the CAGEZILLA logo for the start of round number 2. Tristan Scarborough, he'll be in those green trunks. Julio Brooks in the black trunks. Or Brodie, excuse me, Julio Brodie.
Man, Julio is so relaxed right now.
Yeah.
Good jab to the body. Oh, big overhand right. That landed. Look at that. He jabbed to the body to set up that shot to the head.
Yeah, Tristan, it's taken a lot out of that first round with Tristan Scarborough. I don't know if his leg kicks are intentional. He doesn't look like he's throwing punches with a reason.
Well, he was.
See,
that was a pretty good overhand.
Yeah, the overhand, but I think Brodie blocked it. I don't know if it had the intent.
Well, one thing I will tell you is Tristan was working really hard off the bottom. He was trying to get up, but honestly, Julio was doing a great job of keeping him there. Oh, big right hand. Look at that.
right hand.
Right out of the way of the counter hook. I mean, I like what Tristan's doing. Tristan's trying to counter everything. He's not just accepting these shots, but Julio's anticipating them and he's getting out of the way. Good jab to the body again. Let's see if he's going to go up high again.
Lots of pressure from Brodie. Another good right.
Look for that body shot from Brodie, which sets up that high overhand right. Tristan's trying to get his kicks involved, but I think you got to start punching first to really get Julio in a position where you can land the kick with some gumption, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. He's keeping Tristan. He's putting the pressure on. Brodie is nonstop putting the pressure on, which is tough for Tristan to throw punches going backwards. It's the first time I've seen Tristan pushing Brodie back.
Yeah, but I think it's just right there again, body right to the head.
Look at those eyes. Of all of those overheads, you can start to see Tristan Scarborough's eyes.
Tristan tried to get a little aggressive, but then Julio's just able to immediately respond.
Those are big overhands too, man.
Look at that guard from Julio. I mean, he's just so relaxed at these shots that are coming through.
See, that's super slow, and you can see it telegraphed coming out. There's no way that's going to catch Julio Brodie.
Well, if you throw hard enough, see, right? I mean, that was a hard shot. You're right. I mean, Julio saw it, and he was able to just kind of move right out of the way. And Julio looks like he's having fun in there.
Yeah, Tristan needs to start disguising some things here.
Well, yes, you're right. He needs to work some feints. You see how Julio's doing all these small feints? He's just kind of pumping his hand out there, and now watch. He's going to throw a hard jab either to the body or the head, and then that's going to set up his right hand. See, he's just feigning, moving, pacing, and now he's eating some clock, but he's in control, too. See how he's getting away all these shots? Tristan's throwing at air, and now Julio can start throwing back.
10 seconds left to go here in round number 2 of this co-main event here at CAGEZILLA 71.
And I would tell you, I think Julio needs to actually be a little bit more active. Right there, there's that big right hand. I mean, he landed quite a few right hands cleanly. And all of that has been set up with that light jab, that shoulder feint, and then that hard right hand.
I don't think that Julio Brodie landed as many big punches as he did in round number 1. We saw the difference in round number 1 with the little ground and pound. He had him pinned against the cage, especially right in his corner. I think that round, we saw some overhands. They landed, but they didn't land like the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both guys are a little bit more tired, but I would say that Julio's doing such a good job of controlling what's occurring. He's driving the car right now, and unfortunately Tristan's in counter mode, but Julio's doing such a good job of cage control that every time Tristan's trying to land a counter after getting cracked, Julio's just a little bit too far away.
Lots of instruction over in Julio Brodie's corner. Lots of instruction for Tristan Scarborough as we get the seconds out. Third and final round here for this co-main event. It's scheduled for 3 rounds. Let's see if it makes the whole 3 rounds. Tristan seems to be okay, but the eyes, every time he gets hit, it's like his bell has been rung one too many times here in this fight.
It seems like he's just a little bit behind what's occurring. He's not quite able to, like that right there. That was a good effort, right? He grabbed the leg, he threw the hook, but he was just not close enough to land. He was just a little bit too far out of the way.
Now Julio's changed around here. He's leading with that right hand.
Yeah, and he actually is coming out a little bit quicker too, it looks like.
Yeah.
Working some more kicks.
Julio's switched to throwing the lefty now. I don't know. There, we switched back.
That inherently makes it very, very confusing. Now, what I can tell you is, if you can start to time that stance switch, you can start throwing your rear hand as a lead hand, and that's going to open up some good opportunities for you. But if you wait and they switch stances, you're going to be the receiving end of a variety of different shots like that right there.
Another big right hand. It's a grazing blow, but it still probably puts some pressure on Tristan Scarborough.
And he knows he's just barely getting out of the way of it, right? He's dug it so deep that now he's got to be careful if maybe Julio throws a feint and then he throws a head kick, right? There's a lot of different looks that Julio's given Tristan that he now has to be aware of.
Standing right in the middle of the cage. CAGEZILLA logo is right underneath both of those fighters' feet, kind of just toe to toe.
Julio's corner, calling for him to cut him off. Get Tristan's back up against the cage. Julio's doing it. Good leg kick there from Tristan. He's got to follow that up a little bit, though.
It's inside leg kick. Another big kick from Brodie, but that doesn't seem to be stinging Scarborough at all. Not a lot of action in this third round. Nobody wants to get caught.
Well, Brodie's put some good combinations together, and Tristan's kind of just throwing single shots at, hard shots, but just, like you said, there's not enough setup, not enough feints to make Julio respect it. Good jab on the way out.
Look at Tristan now.
Oh, and he ate a big right hand. He got into it a little bit, but he ate a big shot there. Tristan's just he's got 30 seconds left. I think he's got to push off and put some combinations together a little bit more if he wants to try to get this fight in his way.
Ooh, good shot from Scarborough to the body.
That was nice.
Oh, big knee.
Oh,
that stung him.
That
stung him. Keep the pressure on.
I'll tell you what, though, it's pretty amazing here. 20 seconds left. Both guys, while they look a little bit fatigued, neither of them looks like they've been hit, which is crazy considering we've seen a lot of hard shots land.
Tag him one more time for your Uncle Jimmy.
Just missed. Oh, good left hand from Scarborough. Scarborough started picking some things up towards the end. Not as action-packed as you would want it to be, especially after we watched the last fight when the 125 guys are out there. But we knew that, right? We talked about that in the pre-fight. There's a difference between watching the featherweights and the big guys. Yeah. And, you get a couple of big guys in there, pretty athletic, didn't want to get caught. And it turns out sometimes it seems that third and last final round was a little bit boring.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like what I saw from Julio. I mean, he looked great. His guard was high. He did such a good job. I also liked what I saw from Tristan, though. He was getting beat to some of these punches, but he was doing such a good job of firing back his counters and trying to stay in the fight. I mean, that was excellent. It's just, he was a little bit outmatched on the feet, and he didn't quite have the ability to get the fight to the ground. So, a great fight for both guys. Obviously, I believe Julio won here all 3 rounds, clean sweep, but some tremendous boxing. But really even more impressive was the body shots that set up the right hand, the guard, and reacting to the counters that he saw coming. Tristan, when he would get hit, would fire really nice counters to try to get that point back, but Julio would do a good job of getting out of the way or blocking it, and then follow up with additional strikes.
I agree. I felt like Julio coming out there, Charles, right at the jump, looked super, super athletic, very well balanced, good base, good boxing stance. I thought that he took control of everything from the jump, and especially right there towards the end of round 1 there with about a minute left to go, just being able to fight inside of your corner.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely.
All right, let's throw it down to Chris Fuller. Looks like he has the official results. Chris, take it away.
Salisbury Center, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores about 29-28, and Judge 2 and 3 both scored about 30-27, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, it's Julio Brodie.
All right, the co-main event goes to Julio Brodie out of the blue corner from Top Flight MMA. That'll bring his record to 2-0, and I'm sure that'll move him up in the rankings here in the light heavyweight division in New Jersey. I'm sure that'll move him up here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, coming down from Edgewood, Maryland.
Yeah, that was excellent. I'm really impressed with what I saw from Julio Brodie.
Yeah, super balanced, super athletic. I'm sure we're going to see more from him. Hope to get him back in here in our promotion here super soon.